This summer went by in a blink, but when I was 8 years old, summer stretched on forever. Weeks felt like years. So what changed? The Earth didn't start spinning faster. A year is still a year. The truth is, the speed of time has less to do with the ticking of a clock, and everything to do with the way your brain remembers your life. And that's why, as you get older, the years feel like they're slipping through your fingers. We're about to dive into one of the strangest mysteries of everyday life. Why time feels slower as a child and faster as you grow up. Along the way, we'll explore brain chemistry, psychology, even a bit of philosophy. And we'll see why the way you experience time might matter more than the time itself. By the end, you might not stop the years from racing by, but you'll know how to stretch them. We think of time as absolute. A second is a second, an hour is an hour. But humans aren't clocks. We don't count seconds, we feel them. And those feelings are slippery. Neuroscientists call this subjective time, the way your brain interprets how long something lasts. That's why the same 5 minutes can feel endless when you're stuck in traffic, or vanish in an instant when you're laughing with friends. So when people say time speeds up with age, what they're really saying is the way our brains process life changes. Here's the simplest explanation. To a 5-year-old, 1 year is 20% of their entire life. To a 50-year-old, it's just 2%. It's like slices of a pie chart. The more slices you've eaten, the smaller each new one feels. That helps explain part of the illusion, but not all of it. If this theory was correct, every decade should feel evenly compressed. Yet most people report something different. Childhood and teenage years feel long. The 20s still stretch, but after that, time seems to slam on fast forward. So clearly, something else must be at play. Childhood is full of firsts. First bike ride, first best friend, first heartbreak. Every one of those moments is vivid, detailed, and unforgettable. Psychologists call this memory density. Childhood is a crowded album of unique events. Look back, and it feels thick of experience. Adulthood, it's mostly routines. Commute, work, dinner, sleep, repeat. Less novelty means fewer vivid memories. You record fewer firsts, so your mental album is half empty. Kids live in IMAX, while adults in reruns. Think about your first driving lesson. Every second was intense. Mirrors, pedals, the road. Time stretched. Now you can drive home and barely remember the trip. That's because your brain shifted to autopilot. While you're experiencing novelty, time in the moment feels slower. But when you look back, that stretch feels richer and longer too. Routine, whereas, feels faster in the moment and emptier in hindsight. So the less present you are, the faster life feels. But psychology isn't the whole story. Biology matters too. As we age, our brains literally change. Neural signals speed slow. Chemicals like dopamine, which fuels curiosity and motivation, decline. The first time you taste chocolate, a dopamine surge. The 100th, barely a blip. Researchers at Duke University found that older adults simply record fewer details per moment. Imagine your brain as a movie camera. As a child, it's 60 frames per second. As an adult, maybe 30. Playback feels faster. Basically, your brain is running out of storage space on the hard drive. Kids' lives are chopped into memorable milestones. School years, birthdays, summer holidays. Every few months, a new landmark. Adults, we measure life in work weeks, deadlines, quarterly reports. The year becomes one long block, with fewer distinct landmarks. Psychologists call these temporal landmarks, the mile markers of life. Without them, the road blurs into one endless commute. Time can also warp in extreme situations. People in accidents often report everything moving in slow motion. Soldiers describe firefights lasting an eternity, even when they were only minutes. That's adrenaline, flooding your body, sharpening attention, forcing the brain to record extra detail, more frames per second. Which means, once again, the more detail you record, the longer it feels in hindsight. Time is elastic, it expands and contracts with perception. So the big question is, can you slow down time again? Can you make life feel longer? Science suggests yes. The trick is novelty. Travel somewhere new, learn a skill, break your routine. Each creates richer memories. Mindfulness works as well, paying real attention to the moment. Meditation, or even just walking without your phone, can stretch perceived time. Exercise and sleep boost brain chemicals that help with memory. So you can't add more years to your life, but you can add more life to your years. This isn't just trivia. Time perception affects how we live, what we value, even how we spend money. Economists find that when people feel time is running short, they prioritise experiences over possessions. Retirement planning, wellness trends, the push for slow living, all are responses to this psychological time warp. And it shapes entire generations. Young people feel they have endless time. Older adults feel the clock is racing. That tension influences politics, culture, and how societies plan for the future. Philosophers wrestled with this long before neuroscience. Saint Augustine, back in the 4th century, wrote, "What is time? If no one asks me, I know. If I wish to explain it, I do not know." For centuries, thinkers argued, is time out there in the universe or in here in the mind? Modern science suggests both are true. Physics gives us objective time, psychology gives us subjective time, and in the end, it's the subjective one we actually live. As a kid, summers stretched forever. As an adult, they vanish. But that's not because time is moving faster, it's because you are. Your brain, your habits, your memories, they're shaping how you feel every year. And maybe that's the point. If life feels short, the answer isn't to chase more years, it's to create more moments worth remembering. So what are you going to do this year to make it feel longer? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.